Hey everyone, welcome back to another webinar. I appreciate you guys joining. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Jenna Sackett and I am your host today for a topic that's all on holiday printing. And while that seems maybe too soon, it's definitely not. Now is definitely the time to start thinking about things that you're going to sell for the holidays beyond just some of the fun, crafty things like stockings and stuff like that. So we're really going to hone in on different gift ideas that you can market to your current customers or maybe prospects that you have in mind, and how you can get that online very easily with Stahls Spirit Sale platform. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and dive into the exciting topic. I see a lot of you guys commenting in. I always love to see where you guys are joining from, so feel free to pop in the chat section and let me know where you're from. I'm seeing a lot of people all over the place. We have Texas, Michigan, Wisconsin, Canada. So thank you guys so much for joining today. And we do have some really exciting stuff to review. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen. We're going to really dive into Spirit Sale first and the back end of that, what it looks like to get a store set up for selling either custom apparel or custom gifts for your customers. And we're also going to be doing some live heat printing of some unique gifts that can bring you some pretty nice profit opportunity for the holiday season. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and share my screen. The first thing I'm going to share is a store that's already been created. This is just a mock-up store that just shows you all the potential that you have with Stahls Spirit Sale. And not only are you able to import a custom logo in there and drop in images on a carousel of some of the products that you are selling, but you're also able to create very nice mock-ups. So you can see here we have a jingle tee, and when you hover over that, you can see the price and everything. So we're selling a custom scarf, personalized scarf for $18. We have a jingle tee here that has multiple color in there using Stahls pattern heat transfer vinyl to create, and just dropping that on a basic model. So I'm going to really dive in how all this stuff is created. But to start, I just want to go through this store and show you some inspiration of different things that you can be selling for the holidays. So of course, custom tees is always going to be at the top of the list because t-shirts never go out of style. Everybody has a favorite t-shirt, and if you can create that favorite t-shirt for your customer, even better. And making custom t-shirts specific to the holidays also makes you relatable as a custom apparel seller and maker. And not only that, it is going to make you build more, not just profit opportunity, but brand value in your business, especially for the holidays, because it is making you more relatable to the customer. All right, so with this one, I want to show you specifically. So we're going to go ahead and click on that scarf, because one of the key things that you can do with Spirit Sale is offering on-demand personalization. So you can see this mock-up here that has the lettering on the scarf that shows the monogram. But what your customer has the ability to do on their end is customize this. So if I wanted to put in my initials there, I can type that in to my design selection, and it will show me exactly what that's going to look like on the scarf. All right, not only are you able to do things like that, but you can also add customization to t-shirts, different accessories like bags and hats, things like that. So this really just scratches the surface, and I wish we had a ton of time on our hands to really be able to dive into Spirit Sale in depth. But this is just kind of giving you an idea of what that's going to look like. And then at this point, it's your typical checkout process when it comes to Spirit Sale. They're going to add this to the cart, select the quantity that they want. Since this is personalization, obviously it's going to be quantity of one, but they just add to cart and they continue checking out. All right, so just like your typical checkout process. So not only did we add monogramming, which is very popular around the holidays, because when it comes to gifts and making them special to the person they're giving them to, they want it to be personalized. So monograms are very popular around that time of year. And where some of these things are sources, so you can see this scarf is matching this wristlet as well. And these are both from wholesale boutiques. So just keep that in mind as we're kind of going through this and the items. These two are definitely wholesale boutique. These designs created in CADWorks Live, just dropped on a Bella Canvas tee. And we have some more accessories down here. So once again, if you're seeing that buffalo check pattern matching with the monogram and whatnot, that's from Wholesale Boutique as well. And then we have this really popular palm beanie made with 100% acrylic, but definitely heat printable, which I'm going to show you here shortly. So just make sure whenever you are importing different products that you want to be able to customize or personalize for the holidays for your customers, that you're considering its printability. We have done a lot of testing on acrylic and Sherpa specifically, because those are two really popular fabrications that are being sold around the holidays, especially in cold areas. So here in Pennsylvania, it is definitely popular whenever we hit that November, December months. So we're definitely going to be showing some examples of this today firsthand, so that you guys can see how those are printed and that it is achievable. And even if you're not just doing heat printing, maybe you're a screen printer, maybe you're also doing embroidery. Those are all great personalization options, maybe heat printing and embroidery more so if you're doing one-offs as opposed to screen printing, but you get the gist. All right, so that is the front end of a holiday store and how you can easily set this up in just minutes, just to create something for the holidays and really just get your brand out there and show some different things that you can offer for the holidays. And it really goes beyond just monograms and personalization on different accessories and t-shirts. It goes beyond just custom t-shirts. So just keep that in mind. You know, there's so many different items out there. We're going to be doing some here shortly, but don't be afraid to think outside of the box. You want to make sure you're differentiating yourself amongst competition. There's a lot of Etsy sellers out there that are doing personalization on a lot of things. So just think about what's going to make you different and unique to your customer that maybe someone else cannot provide. Let's go ahead and dive into the back end of Spirit Sale, just so that you guys can see how quickly a simple store can be set up that way. So we're just going to, well, let me share my screen with you one more time. So let's go into the back end. We're going to go into the dashboard. So this is the dashboard. And once you work with Spirit Sale, this is home base for you guys. This is where you can add your products. You can create new stores. And really, all these little chiclets kind of help you decide where you want to start. I always say the easiest way to start is just by creating a new store. All right, so I'm just going to click Create New Store. And what this does is walks you through simple steps and helps you build the store automatically. There's no coding or anything like that. You're basically just going through this list and deciding what you want your store to be, essentially. So if I want to name my store, let's say Adeline Lane Boutique Holiday 2020. I can make it very specific. Now you'll see whenever I start typing this in that it's going to start creating that URL for me. Now, this is a pretty long URL, and if I want my customers to be able to memorize this, I'll probably do something shorter. Right, albholiday.spiritsale.com. Okay, so just a quick, tip on doing your URL. Short and sweet is usually better. All right. Shipping methods, payment methods. This is all going to be specific to you and how you plan to run your business. So you have pickup at location. If you are going to be handling items face-to-face with customers, you have the option to do that. You can do free shipping, and then you can also customize shipping and allow yourself to put in a flat rate if you know how much your shipping's going to be and you don't want it to change for every person's order. Maybe you want to do a $5 flat rate fee, whatever it may be, you're able to customize that. Payment methods, right now it's showing offline payment and Stripe. However, you are able to add PayPal and authorize.net, a variety of different applications there that allow your customer to put in their credit card information. Once again, offline payment, if you are doing that face-to-face transaction, you do still have that option there. We do have 4 themes. The theme that I showed you earlier is the modern theme, and that is just a really unique way to show products off whenever it comes to making them key items on the front page of the store. Of course, each of these really allow you to do that. Why I like modern is because it has that really nice little carousel in there where you can drop photos. The photos I use in Spirit Sale do come from placeit.net, where I can just create simple little mock-ups of some of the products that I'm offering and just pop them on there so people can see that. It just makes it more aesthetically pleasing. Whenever you are logging into a website, what's the first thing that you notice, or what keeps you on that store is going to be key. So making it look very pleasing and not confusing is definitely the way to go, especially if you want shoppers to be able to get it in and out quickly and place that order. And these themes allow you to do that. You do have the option to publish your store now or later. If you are in the editing phase, you can always keep that closed off to the public. So you can just keep that as no. If you do want to open it up to the public, they do allow you to set a schedule for the store, which is great, especially if you are not doing, if you're not shipping out as orders come in. So one of the best practices a lot of our customers are using is a schedule for the store, and just letting customers know, hey, we've received your order. Once the store closes in 2 weeks, we're going to ship out those orders, just so that they know that you are getting inventory in, getting transfers ordered or made, and have enough time to produce that before you get it shipped out. Okay. And then it also shows a countdown clock as well, if you choose to turn that on, to let people know when that store is going to be closing. Why I think this is so important for the holiday stores is because you want to create a sense of urgency in people ordering these things for the holiday, so that they can make sure that they have it in enough time and they're able to get that out to whoever they're giving their gifts to. All right, so a countdown clock will create that sense of urgency and that they need to order it right away before it's not available at that point. You can allow your customers to add notes, which is very important, especially if you're offering different options for customizing or personalization. Enable password. This isn't necessary, but if you ever happen to be working with a proprietary customer and you're building a store just specific to them, and you need to have a password on there so that they are the only ones able to access it, then you can turn this on and create that password. That's just a little tidbit there, not anything really necessary if you're just opening it up to the general public. Once you hit update, your store will then be created. So you can see how easy it is to just simply get a store created. Once your store is created, and I'm actually going to open up my ALB holiday store here. Once you have that store created, this is what it's going to look like. So this is really just a review of everything we just filled out. Here are all of my products. All right. So these are all the products I have loaded in there. You can see there's a lot more that I just had on the front page available for ordering and for customization for the customers logging into the store. If you hop over to URL and SEO, this is where you can create a custom domain. So if you are creating a holiday store and you don't want this little guy to be there, .spiritsale.com, you can create a custom domain so that it is not circling back to Spirit Sale at all, if that is a concern to you in any way. Also here, you are able to connect your social networks, your contact email, anything like that. necessary for your customers to follow maybe some of the other things that you have going on that are business related. Now in the designer, this is just going to reiterate which theme that you have selected. Once you select a theme and you're in there editing under the live editor, which I'm about to show you shortly, this is going to allow you to swap in and out of different themes. So just keep that in mind. Just because you selected a theme up front, but you decide to change it later, that is still achievable here by just selecting a different one. This is where you can also add more branding and your favicon. So the favicon that shows up with Spirit Sale is the Spirit Sale logo. So you can change that out to something different. So you can see the Spirit Sale logo right there by just simply uploading with this file here, right? And then that will replace that so that it's related to your business as opposed to Spirit Sale. So that's really just kind of further helping you removing the Spirit Sale branding in any way if you feel the need to do that. All right, and you can also upload specific logos too. And I just feel like Spirit Sale makes the branding opportunity so easy so that you can build that value in your brand if you are doing a holiday store to complement maybe a website that you have, just to really push the holiday items that you're selling for customizing and whatnot. All right, so this is the live editor. The live editor is allowing me to come in and click and change different things. So if I wanted to change the colors of these icons, I have the ability to do that. If I want to change the name of that products here, I can change that text to customize your teas and hit update. And then when they click that, it will open up all the different products and allow them to customize each thing. All right, so this one says design, but you can see that there's a carousel of 3 here. I only uploaded 2 images. Again, these images are coming from placeit.net. Just FYI, if you guys want to use that resource to easily create mock-ups of your designs without having to actually heat apply them and then take photos of them, placeit.net is amazing for really taking this design element with Spirit Sale to the next level. Okay. And then it's just showing you what products you are featuring on the front page. I always recommend choosing a few because the catalog will show everything. So once they select catalog, anything that you have uploaded into this is going to show. So you can see even some stuff I had loaded in there from Valentine's Day is showing up. And what would make that easier is just removing those. But I wanted all the Christmas stuff to definitely be up on the front page. So you have the ability to show specific items on the front page. And then your customers are also able to sort by size, color, price, etc. And that's just really showing that there. But very easy stuff. It's really just selecting different colors that you want. Honestly, I could spend hours in here just playing around with all of the different features that it has and the ability to just kind of add more promo, more photos, different colors. There's a lot of different stuff that you can do. Now, beyond just the designing, there's a lot of other stuff that is very important and helpful to making your holiday Spirit Sale store run effectively. So it's not just all about the front end and what the customers are seeing and the pretty site. It also needs to be helping you, move through your business easily. So you can turn on an email notification that lets the customer know that their order has been completed, their confirmation email, etc., so that they know you have gotten their order and you are in the process of getting that together for them. And all of their information comes to you as well. So if I go into my customers list, I can see all the customers that have ever ordered with me. That way, if I need to contact them or ask them something specific about their order, I can contact them through all of this information. Now, what do orders look like? So if I go into orders, this is all of my most recent orders. I'm going to be able to see what store they ordered under. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Spirit Sale, you have the ability to make more than one store. You have the ability to make an unlimited amount of stores. So just because this one holiday store is here doesn't mean that's all you have. So you can have up to 100 stores if you want them and you want to manage all of those. To each their own. I would be a little overwhelmed with that. But if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. But it allows you to just see what customer has ordered with you, what store they have ordered under, what their contact information is, anything that you need to know about this customer. It's coming in through your orders section as well. All right. Now, once this order comes in, I can actually open up each of these orders and see exactly what they ordered. So if I'm producing this transfer in-house, I can download this file. I wouldn't necessarily need to do that because I would already have the artwork, but the option's there. But if you don't want to produce in-house, you have the ability to open that up in EasyView Designer, or you can order it through our artwork uploader at stahls.com. We will ultimately send you the transfers ready to heat apply. That way, if you're getting multiples of one order, you can just have the transfers done for you and not have to worry about adding more time spent in production. Not only that, it's going to allow you to select or see what shirt they selected and what size, etc. All right. Now, if I go back to my orders and I want to actually, what I'm going to do is go to create production group. When I go to create production group, this is going to allow me to select a store, right? And I know that, for example, here, we are getting orders through Bellevue Pride. So that's the store I selected. Just FYI there so that you guys are staying with me. I selected a store that I have created aside from the ALB holiday. It's called Bellevue Pride. And these are all of the open orders that need to be fulfilled through that store. So what I want to do is select all of these and schedule production. What I'm doing right now is showing you how you can group multiple orders together. So let's say, for example, you are setting your time frame of how long your store is open to, let's say, a month. And then after that month ends, that store closes, and now you're ready to fulfill those orders. That is what we're looking at here. All the orders that have come in through the duration of how long that store was open. So I'm selecting all these orders, and I would just want to fulfill them all at once, get all the apparel that needs to be ordered, get all the transfers and designs and their sizes together so that I can produce all of these orders. So I'm going to, once I've selected all of these orders, I'm going to hit schedule production. Now, all of those orders are popping up into my production group and calendar. So if I scroll down here, I'm able to see all the designs that were ordered so that I can upload those and get them ordered. All the personalization. Okay, so for example, if we were in ALB holiday and they typed in their monogram, this essentially would be their monogram, their customized piece, right? It's letting me know how many of those were sold. And then once we get through the designs, then we see all the apparel that was ordered, how many, what sizes, and everything like that. Now, you have the option to add each of these things to the Transfer Express cart because we sell apparel through Transfer Express, okay? We do have the Sandmark catalog through Transfer Express apparel, which is where all of these items are coming from. So if you are ready and you want to order through the Transfer Express apparel, you have the ability to do that. If you do not want to do that, you can export a purchase order. So I'm going to select generate purchase order. This is going to put all of that apparel together. I'm going to export this and I'm going to take it right to Sanmar and upload my PO. All right, so that way I can get all of the apparel into sanmar.com and get it into my cart and get it ordered. All right, so that's a little bit on the production side. Again, we are just scratching the surface of this. I just want to give you an idea of how Spirit Sale really works and how easy it is to use, because when you're setting up holiday stores, you want it to be quick and easy, because that is not a store that you are going to be managing throughout the duration of the year. That's what makes it so great for just popping open a store for the holidays and selling customizable items. All right, so we do have some questions coming in. Let's go ahead and visit those. So Lisa asks, what does download file do? I'm assuming you're talking about the artwork file that we were reviewing. What that allows you to do is download that artwork. If you were to have created it from scratch in the design software that comes in Spirit Sale. We do not have enough time today to review that side of it because it is extensive, but it's super easy to work with. So if you happen to be getting personalized orders, such as the monograms, for example, you have the ability to just go ahead and download that file. It will give it to you in a vector format so that you can produce it in-house, right? So basically that's what that download file is doing. All right, so we are just about a half hour in, and I'm gonna start heat printing so that you guys can see some of the unique items that you can sell to your customers for the holidays. And I did this with the idea in mind that we are going to be doing packaged gifts specifically for customers that want to gift a personalized item for their loved ones or for essential workers, whoever they are thankful for in the moment and want to be able to give a gift to. So one idea that I had would be for a yoga instructor. Now, even though I selected that because I feel like I would love to give my yoga instructor a nice personalized gift, especially with all the work that she did with creating online classes and whatnot. But use that as an idea of who you could create these personalized gifts for, and what your customers are hoping to be able to create a personalized packaged gift for. So the first thing that we are going to start out with is this Sherpa hoodie that is trending big time with Sanmar. And so I want to hold this up for you guys so that you guys can see it. So just like a typical hoodie style, it does have a little V-neck here, but it does have a hood, and it's just fully Sherpa, even the inside of it. It doesn't have like that weird lining or anything on the inside that's kind of scratchy. It's complete Sherpa all over, and I think this is going to be a really hot seller for personalized items during the holidays. So to heat press this, what I'm going to do is use the 16 by 20 auto clam. And I'm going to get you guys up close and personal here so that you guys can see the application in whole. All right. Okay, so why I chose to use the 16 by 20 clam today is because it has a lot of open space under here. And when I'm working with bulky items like that, that's what I want so that I can isolate my print area. So what I'm going to do, not only am I going to use the standard 16 by 20 platen, I'm also going to utilize a heat printing pillow. The reason I'm using the heat printing pillow is because I need to raise the area of the print section that I want from this little collar here. Heat printing pillows also help when it comes to heat pressing heat sensitive items. Not that Sherpa is extremely heat sensitive, which many people are shocked to hear, but it is going to allow me to get a nice print area, not have to worry about any boxing or anything happening. And the product that I am using for this application is known as Flock 2. The reason I chose Flock is because it is extremely dimensional It's a thick product. It mimics the look of embroidery, which means that I can create a very premium finish on the Sherpa without having to increase my costs at all. So Flock, really great products for offering a premium look and feel. Don't have to spend a ton of time. This is a really great product when it comes to weeding. You can even see the detail I was able to achieve in that lotus flower. So really great product, easy product to work with. So if you are doing quick one-offs or small runs of something, heat transfer vinyl will save the day. And if you want a premium look and feel, then Flock 2 is a great product for that. I'm just using my craft paper to cover here. And Flock 2, should have tested my pressure. Gonna dial that back significantly. Oh, there we go. All right, so although I have my heat press set at 300 degrees, Flock 2 does apply at 330 degrees. I'm doing a variety of heat transfer vinyl products today. So I am finding a happy medium with my heat press. But just note, if you guys are wanting to use Flock 2 and haven't yet, this setting is meant for 330 degrees so that we make sure we get a nice overall product. All right, now Flock 2 is a cold peel, right? So our left chest placement is complete. The next placement I'm going to utilize is the sleeve. So I am going to go ahead and grab another pillow. And this is the leg and sleeve pillow, which I believe is like 18 by 6 by 18 or something like that. But it will thread into the sleeves and pant legs of apparel. So what I'm doing is just going in through the collar and sliding it down into the sleeve. I find that that's the easiest way to load items like this onto this pillow. All right, so you can see we have our print area raised here. What I need to make sure is that I am actually center of the sleeve. And the way I'm finding that is where the seam from the collar meets the seam for the sleeve. All right, that's going to indicate what is center of the arm so that we're not doing an underarm print. We want it to be on top. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and preheat this. For those of you that caught me on the first one, I did forget to preheat. All right, and we're still using that Flock 2 product. Once again, really great premium product, has a raised dimensional effect. And I'm going to take this down closer to the sleeve cuff down here. Cover with my cover sheet, and then we will let the heat press do the rest of the work. Now, whenever you are going to print items like this, especially hoodies and jackets or any other type of outerwear, you really want to think about all the different placements that you can get on that item. The more real estate that you can get on an item, the more profit potential you have, right? So doing popular placements like the sleeve, maybe pressing something on the hood, utilizing the front, anything like that is going to put more profit opportunity into a single product. Now I'm just going to go ahead and remove that pillow there. And my lotus flower is cool enough so we can go ahead and remove that carrier. I'm so excited for you guys to see this because I just love the way Flock looks on Sherpa. Right, so you can see we have that nice dimensional textured. It's not anything that looks like it's just sitting on top. So whenever you are printing Sherpa, you want to make sure you are using thicker products. If I was using a really thin product on here, it would look very wrinkled. It wouldn't have a nice overall effect. it's still giving breathability to the Sherpa so that it's not like, how do I word this? It's not like patchy, if you will. And it's a really great product. I just think it's the perfect heat transfer vinyl if you are going to custom print Sherpa. And if you're not custom printing Sherpa, I urge you to, because Sherpa has been just continuously growing in popularity. And if you can use that to your advantage for getting more customer or reaching new prospects, anything like that, this is definitely a unique way to do that. All right, I'm curious to know what you guys would sell this item for, just by itself, right? The brand for this Sherpa is Port Authority. I believe it's $18.99. I'll have to share the link here in a little bit so that we can get the cost of the garment. But if the garment were to be like $18.99, what do you guys think you would sell this for with that flock finish? All right. So that is the first application. And like I said earlier, we are doing a whole package of items for one gift. All right. So I want you guys to really be thinking, what would you sell each thing for individually? And then also, what would you sell it for as a package price? The next item we are going to be heat printing is a pair of slippers. I selected these because I think that they pair perfectly in a packaged gifting item because it has that nice fuzzy faux fur type of effect there. It has a little wood button, and then we're just going to go ahead and custom print this to match that Sherpa garment. Honestly, these were not found wholesale, so I actually don't have a recommendation for a wholesaler for slippers. I don't know if anybody watching does or knows of anybody. These were just sourced from Amazon. So slippers, great for customization, especially as a unique gift, and very, very easy to heat print, although it may not seem so at first. So what we're gonna do is remove the 16 by 20 platen and drop in a custom platen. And that is the shoe platen. It's just gonna lock right in place. And you can see these two sections of the platen allow me to just thread those slippers right on. So Flock 2 does not have a tacky carrier. So the blue that you're seeing here is known as thermotape. That just allows me to keep my transfer in place as I'm threading on or loading on the item that I'm trying to press. I use it a lot for items such as this, because I want to make sure that I am getting that area completely covered. All right. I'm going to cover with a cover sheet. Increase my pressure, test that. Not quite firm enough for me. All right, as that's heat applying, let's see here. Lisa says, love the slippers. I love them too. I wish I didn't have to print them so I could keep them for myself. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now, I'm just gonna make sure that the transfer is hot all over. So I wanna make sure that I had it like loaded on to the platen entirely, which this side I can see did not, which means it did not get even pressure. So what I forgot to do before I locked that heat press down is just make sure that this transfer is reaching the edges of my platen. And it looks like this is the only one that didn't heat apply correctly. So no worries, it's not gonna damage the item at all to just load it right back on there and give it another press. All right, so we're getting a variety of prices here. We have, it looks like the lowest 35. I think that's the lowest I've seen. And the highest looks like it is 65. So great for the person that can sell for 65. That means you have a really nice customer base and good demographic that would purchase these items for that price. You guys know your customers best. You guys know what you can set your prices for. But just keep these prices in mind because it's really going to be eye-opening whenever you realize how much profit opportunity you can make once you start packaging items together when you're doing gifting. All right, so we still have to peel these, but we will come back to these since they are a cold peel. The heat is really gonna hold in here. That's just the nature of the fabric that we're working with. It has a really nice high pile on there and it's very cushiony, so the heat's really holding in there. So we are gonna wait for that to cool a little bit and move on to our next item. The next item we are going to do to be able to pair with that is a pair of leggings. Now, most commonly we have seen is a leg print down the side. However, there is a lot of opportunity in doing unique placements. So whenever you see a pair of leggings, a really cool placement is just printing the band of them so that you have the opportunity to just build more brand awareness and unique value by offering something a little bit different. So whenever you are thinking about a pair of leggings, think about different unique placements that you can utilize. It's not always about covering the item with multiple placements, but what is unique and can set you apart from competition. So I'm going to load on my 11 by 15 for this application. And I'm just gonna drop the top of the leggings on there. Probably gonna have to hold them. Oh no, just gonna tuck them. Okay. So what do I do with my transfer? Here it is. The product that I'm using for this is known as Premium Plus. For those of you that aren't familiar with this product, the reason I have selected it for the leggings is because it applies at a nice low temperature of 280 degrees. But more importantly, it is a 4-way stretch. So when you're working with leggings like this, and this is a pair of Ogio leggings sourced from Sanmar. A lot of leggings, if you're buying the premium ones, they have poly. They're either 100% polyester or they're a poly spandex mix. Some may even have some rayon in them. But we're working with a lot of synthetic fabrics that have a lot of stretch and give to them. So we want to make sure the transfer that we're putting on there is going to stretch with it, but also rebound back so that it's not creating any type of cracking or anything in it, because we want to have that premium look and feel whenever we are printing premium apparel. And that's what you want to be able to offer as gift items. All right, so this is done in Premium Plus, just the standard white heat transfer vinyl. I am going to grab a pillow for this application. And the reason I'm doing that is because of the thick seam that is at the top of the band of the leggings. We want to make sure whenever we're printing close to seams that we are utilizing an accessory that's going to compensate for the thickness of it. What this pillow is allowing me to do is get this seam down in there, but keep my print area raised. Okay, so that's the purpose of heat printing pillows and why sometimes they are just a godsend. Forgot to test my pressure again in preheat for those of you that are paying attention. All right. So Lisa asks, is Premium Plus okay for polyester that might be heat sensitive? Yes, so that's another reason why I bring up the low temp because it applies at 280 degrees. That means it's going to be great for heat sensitive items, but just keep in mind, I always feel like it's important to make a note of this. Not all polyesters are made the same. So if it's still scorching at 280, I would recommend an Ultra Weed, our CAD Cut Ultra Weed, because it applies at 260 for really heat sensitive polyesters. I think that that's perfect. So it's really all about the polyester you're using. I will say I do love using Premium Plus because it has such a silky and honestly, it feels like a water-based ink more than it does a vinyl. So if you guys are familiar with what water-based ink looks like and feels like on apparel, it feels absolutely amazing. That's what this product reminds me of. So a lot of people are using Premium Plus for a lot of other things just because they like the way it feels on the garment. And this is a warm peel, so I am waiting for this to cool for a moment. And then once it's cooled down, you can remove that carrier. Now, whenever I remove this carrier, I do go a little bit slow. When the heat transfer vinyl is still heated up and it has a lot of stretch and give, such as Premium Plus, you just want to make sure that you're not tearing away that carrier super fast. Reason is because you don't want it to distort the messaging or the brand or the logo, whatever you're putting on here, because it can actually look like slanted or whatever from tearing that carrier. So just be careful. I'm just letting this cool a little bit longer before I stretch it because I don't want to distort it. All right, so now that it's nice and cool, you guys can see that stretch, no cracking or peeling of the heat transfer vinyl, and still has a nice overall look and feel. It does not feel like vinyl. I absolutely love Premium Plus for that reason. It just feels so soft and lightweight on anything that you put it on. So I love it for spandex, polyesters, tri-blends. So just keep this product in mind. It's really great for items like this. You just don't have to worry about it popping off or cracking with stretch at all, which is really, really important for leggings. All right, our last item that we're going to package together. So let's revisit this. So we just did the leggings that are going to pair perfectly with our Sherpa hoodie that has the Namaste text down the sleeve and our little lotus flower on our left chest. And now we have our slippers. So let's go ahead and remove that carrier so that you guys can see that finished design on there. So it feels really great on there, really mimics the look of embroidery, pairs perfectly with that fur on there, and ultimately with the outfit as a whole. So really great packaged items for this. All right, so slippers. What would you guys sell these for individually? We have our Sherpa hoodie, which you guys said anywhere from $35 to $65, which I think all are really great prices. And then the leggings to be paired with those as well. Now, I just did the back part of the leggings just because that's been a really popular placement, and I wanted to show you how you can easily achieve that. But other popular placements are down on the calf area. And I really want to show you guys these leggings because they're getting very retailish. I don't know if that's the right word to use here, but they're starting to mimic some of the trends that we're seeing in athleisure that we've seen in retail stores. So just keep that in mind. This brand is Ogio. Just allows you to offer another really premium item for your gifting. All right. And last but not least, we have our, what do you call this? A tumbler, right? So water bottle. This again was sourced from Amazon. However, I do want to recommend a really nice drinkware wholesaler that I found. and you guys probably already heard of it. I don't do a lot of drinkware applications just because we don't work a ton with sign vinyl. We have it, but we don't do a lot of like demonstrations with it. But the wholesaler I found that does really trendy drinkware products like this with the marble, they do glitter, florals, really unique patterns. If you guys are really into the drinkware and personalizing them for your customers, then I definitely recommend Save a Cup. It's good. Actually, what I'm just going to do is type it in. All right. So it's saveacup.com or something like that. But if you go to Google and just type in Save a Cup, you will see so many trendy drinkware items. And it's not just water bottles. It ranges anywhere from I don't know what to call them. That's how little I know about drinkware. They have like just like this, but like in wine glasses, the real tall tumblers, the skinny things with the straws. I'm sorry, I sound terrible and so uneducated, but I really don't know that much about drinkware. But they have a lot of these trendy finishes in there. So really great for gifting items. And I just went ahead and did a sign vinyl to match it. And earlier, you guys are going to laugh at me, I set my coffee cup on it and it got a little drenched. Okay, so this is the sign vinyl. I hope it sticks. And I'm just going to place it on here. The best way to probably do this is to set it up here so that you guys can see. And I'm just going in line with where the logo is here. And I'm just starting from the center and working my way out. And we just used our sign vinyl for this in the color gray. We do offer a metallic silver that I would imagine would be really pretty on this too, since we have that steel brushed or metal topper on there, lid. Now you guys can use a squeegee for this if you'd like. I just use my thumb to make it easy. And this is a permanent vinyl as well. So once it's on there, it's on there. Not dishwasher safe. So if you guys are going to use that sign vinyl, just make sure that you are letting your customers know that they do need to hand wash. I have noticed more and more whenever you get into more trendy styles of bottles, it is probably just the process that they use to get the pattern or whatever that they're doing on the outside of the bottle and to keep that pattern, that a lot of them are recommending hand wash only already. So you putting a hand wash only sign vinyl isn't going to devalue the product in any way. So just keep an eye out for that, just like you would your typical blank products. But overall, really nice finish. It does have a glossy finish for the sign vinyl, but I feel like it's the perfect gift item to pair with the items we have already printed. All right, so Bobby asks, do you offer a vinyl that is dishwasher safe? We do not. I'm actually not even familiar if there is one. Somebody on might know that answer better than I do, but I do not know that we do not have a sign vinyl that is dishwasher safe. What a lot of people that are big into customizing drinkware do is they customize with a sign vinyl and then they do something what's called an epoxy process, which is putting a coating over top of the vinyl and just really curing that on there. All right, so Patricia says she's going to sell the tumbler for $26.99. Thanks in advance, Patricia. I was just getting ready to ask you guys what you would sell this individual item for. And then ultimately, our main goal of the session is to figure out how much we would package all of the items together for. So once again, we have the tumbler done in sign vinyl. Good wholesaler for tumblers, once again, is Save a Cup. All right, so we have the tumbler or water bottle. We have our super premium stretchy leggings. Ogio is such a nice brand. So I believe these were like $26.99 or something like that. But if you guys, which I'm sure a lot of you are already aware of, for those of you that like wearing leggings, that is, leggings are going for like $50 if they're branded, especially ones like this that have like the pinholes or whatever you want to call that there, that little embellishment that's at the bottom of those leggings. So popular styles like Gymshark and Able and Alphalete, like they're selling their leggings for upward, like at a low end of $50. If they're on sale, they go to like $42. So that just kind of gives you an idea of how popular leggings are if you're sourcing really premium ones like these Ogio ones. Okay. Then we have the slippers. Once again, done in our oh, I lost a little dot. Let's show you this one. These slippers that we customized with Flock 2, so another premium product. All right, so that's our 3 items. And then our 4th item is the Sherpa, which I think sells the whole thing in itself just because Sherpa is so popular. And we were able to get 2 printed items. I saw Sherpa everywhere when I went on vacation in North Carolina. They had the store names printed on them. They had Outer Banks printed on them. There were just so many different things just printed all over them. And these were a lot of the popular placements for it. Pretty standard is the left chest, but once again, if you can get more real estate on there with a brand, a logo, or even just custom text, the more profit opportunity you truly have. All right. So that is our package, and we're seeing, okay, so Steve says 165. Donna says 145. 130, 125. Sherry says the Rhinestone World offers bling anything which can hold up in dishwasher even with rhinestones. Good to note. So for those of you that want dishwasher safe sign vinyl, the Rhinestone World has got it. Another 145. All right, so really great prices, definitely for the packaged items. I would say if you are doing a one-off for a customer that wants to do a customized gift like this for somebody, your overhead and your time spent in production will be minimal because you're just doing one of them. So really great ideas here for you to market, especially online through Spirit Sale, so your customers can see all the different things that you can create. So Joyce says 155. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. It looks like we have pretty much all of the questions answered. So I want to thank Stacy on the Stahls end for handling those for me. And we will be sure, if you guys want to check this out later, we are going to be publishing this on our YouTube channel within the next week so that you guys can see any of the items that maybe you missed early on. I did notice some people join in late, which no biggie, but we will have a recorded version of this on our YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, it is Stahls TV, and be sure to hit that little notification bell at the top of our channel so that you can get updated anytime we post new content. And I just want to thank you guys again one more time for sticking on and hanging out with me today and seeing all the different things that you can print for the upcoming holiday season. All right. So thank you guys and have a great day.